once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radio Kaiken. I had to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Kurisu might return at any moment, and I can't face them now. I look up at the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining any minute now. I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Kurisu is lying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Kurisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me.
Okabe ka?
What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Kurisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. I breathe a silent sigh of relief.
そっか。ここだとあんたと会っちゃう可能性があること、忘れてた。
何をしていたんだ？
考え事。
そうか。
Was she thinking about her death? I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Kurisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser in the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Kurisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Her fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. Even if she believes her theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I force a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Oh, you just watched the stream of this scene recently on Cactooth.
邪魔になっているようだからな。俺はもう行く。
Damn, I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, "Since when do mad scientists have manners?" or something. Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. When I look up, raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense, and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there, with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all.
おい、雨が降ってきてるぞ。
She's acting strange, like her mind is somewhere else. I knew it. She must be thinking about... In less than a minute, the rain turns into a full downpour. We had no time to seek shelter. Kurisu's scream is drowned out by the roar of the rain. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suza's time machine disappeared, but Radio Kaiken is still closed. The lights are off, and it's pretty dark inside.
早く忠告してよ。おかげで下着までびしょ濡れじゃない。
右に同じく。この暗さに助けられたな、助手よ。
Okabe has to make it awkward here.
どういう意味？
もしラジカンが営業していたら、今頃お前のあられのない姿が多くの人間の前にあらわにされていただろう。
Sorry about the static. My microphone is acting up again. You guys might be glad to hear, though, that I just ordered a new mic earlier today. Should be here on Tuesday, so... Should have no more of that static soon. Even in the dim light, I can tell that Kurisu is scrambling to cover her chest.
あんたも変態だってこと忘れてた。
自分から下着までびしょ濡れだと申告しておいてよく言う。
これ以上口聞かないで。下着の色とかよくも妄想したな。許さないから。
妄想などしてない。
She's too self-conscious. But the color of her underwear, huh? Her. Gotta be white.
冷えるか？
だから脱いで乾かせって？ふざけないで。変態の手に引っかかるもんか。
誰もそんなこと言ってないだろう。少し落ち着け。ま、たとえ服を脱いだとしてもこの暗さだから案ずることはない。
それ以上喋るとあんたの大脳新皮質をポン酢につけて高級料亭で提供してやるんだから。
Again with the brain eating, Kurisu. I know you're a zombie and all, but come on now. There's a limit.
すまん。
Please, spare me that horror. Still, these wisecracks are a welcome distraction.
夕立ならすぐにやむわよね。それまで待つか。
I see Kurisu's shadowy form move to sit on the staircase. I sit next to her.
なんで横に。なんで。
喋るなと言ったのはお前だ、クリスティーナ。
あんまり近くに来ないでよ。今ぐらいの距離が限界だから。これ以上離れるとは言わないけど、これ以上近づいたら押し返すからな。
Our bodies gradually grow cold. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. But if I do that, Kurisu will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. I can see Kurisu more clearly now. She's huddled up against the
こ
wall.
っち見んな。
バカな。この暗さでは俺がどこを見ているかなどわからないはず。
Does she have infravision?
やっぱり見てたのか？
Damn, she used leading question on me. That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. I would be more impressed if you were able to remember everything you said last time, Cactooth. That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder.
屋上から避難した時にどこかに引っ掛けたか？
何？
いや、上着の肩口が破れかけていた。
岡部ってドジっ子だったの？
俺はマッドサイエンティスト属性であってドジっ子属性など持っていない。
It seems like forever since I've talked to Kurisu as Hoin Kyoma.
はいはい。
Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand.
ほら、貸しなさいよ。
何？
ちょうどソーイングセット持ってるから縫ってやると言っている。
ソーイングセットだと？お前が？
悪いか。
I hand over my coat as asked.
実験大好きっ子のくせにそんな家庭的なものを？
Domestic?
実験大好きっ子であると同時に家庭的な女の子かもしれないじゃない。
No, no you can't.
家庭的な女の子なのか？
相対的に見れば家庭的かもね。と言っても日本の女子高生の家庭的女の子指数がどれくらいか知らないけど。
There's an index for that? First I've heard of it. Kurisu skillfully threads the needle, despite the darkness.
濡れてるから針が通りにくいの。
本当に偶然持っていたのか？
しつこい？そんなに私がソーイングセット持ってたら悪いの？
悪いとは言っていないが、まるで狙ったかのようだったからな。
つまりあんたが服を破ってしまうのを見越してあらかじめ用意していたって言ってもらいたいんですね。わかります。そんなわけあるか。それと勘違いしないでほしいんだけど、別に好きで縫ってあげてるわけじゃないんだからね。
出たな、ツンデレセリフ。
Indeed.
茶化すな。あんたが偶然服を破って私は偶然ソーイングセットを持っていた。だから縫ってあげている。
Not that she wanted to or anything. Don't misunderstand.
偶然。まさかお前タイムリープしているということはないよな。
つまりあんたが服を破ってしまったからタイムリープして事前にソーイングセットを用意したって言ってもらいたい。そんなわけあるか、そんなわけあるか。大事なことなので2回言いました。アンダースタン？
確かに。わざわざタイムリープして対策を練るならばソーイングセットではなくタオルを用意しておくのが先だからな。
何それ、皮肉？文句ばっかり。
After working for a while, Kurisu cuts the string with her teeth, then hands me back my coat.
ほら、
ありがとう。
うん。出来については暗くて確認できないけど、もし仮に出来が悪くても私の腕のせいじゃない。この暗さのせいよ、きっと。ちなみに糸の色についても何が出るかお楽しみに。
色もランダムなのか。
黒か赤かピンク。確率は3分の1。
せめてピンクが出ないように祈ろう。
And this time we know which one it was.
寒いか。
まあね。
俺の上着を羽織るか。
それだって濡れてるでしょ。
まあそうだが。
Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter, but 1 second of silence and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I need to say something, but what?
結論は出た。
Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer.
まだ悩んでるの？あんたってまゆりのこと好きなんでしょ？
何？
Where did that come from? Kurisu keeps staring into the
た
darkness.
だの錯覚かもしれないけど、私の心の中に奇妙な記憶というかデジャそこでは
Oops.
あんたはまゆりを助けようと必死になってて、一人で傷つきながらそれでも前に突き進もうとしてるの。
Kurisu too?
そんな岡部が私に相談をしてきて、そのひたむきに頑張ってる姿を見て、私も力になってあげたいと思った。って別にあんたを助けたいって思ったわけじゃないからな。私はあくまでまゆりを助けたいだけであって、とにかく私にはなぜかそんな錯覚が記憶のように残ってる。
So Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world
自
lines.
己分析してみたけど、夢で見たものを現実と思い込んでるのか、単なる願望か、それぐらいの結論しか出なかった。ただこれだけははっきりしてる。あんたはまゆりを助けるべきなのよ。
怖くないのか。
To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
なんだか廃墟に迷い込んだみたい。
Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell.
まるで世界中の電源が切られて、私たちだけ取り残されたみたい。ふと思うんだ。もしあんたがベータ世界線に行ったとする。みんなも一斉にそっちに移動するとしたら、私だけは移動できない。私だけが取り残される。そうしたら世界中がこの場所みたいになっちゃうのかな。所詮これも仮説の一つだけど。
俺は
I need to say
お
it.
前も救う。まゆりだけじゃなくてお前も。
できもしないこと言わなくていい。
Kurisu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees.
怖くないかってさっき聞いた。怖いに決まってるでしょ。自分が 消えるかもしれない。自分だけが取り残されるかもしれない。あるいはあんただけがこの世界線からいなくなるかもしれない。誰もあんたがいなくなったことを認識してない世界がずっと続いていって、私は何事もなかったかのようにアメリカに帰るかもしれない。かもしれない。そんないろんな可能性を考えて、その度に絶望的な気分になる。でも
Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare.
だからマユリを見殺しにしろなんて言えると思う？
クリス。
なんか寒いな。
Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking.
濡れてる服着てるせいね。だからダメだ。こんなの全然論理的じゃない。仮説にすらなってない。全部根拠のない妄想。こんなしょうもない妄想を垂れ流す脳の機能をカットしてやりたい。
The zombie indeed. Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Kurisu's always been calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it's finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof.
聞いて、Okabe。両方救うのは無理。そうでしょ。どうあがいたって確率は2分の1なの。だがじゃない。私の結論は変わらない。マユリを助けて。
I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hands.
そう簡単に諦めろっていうのか。お前を見捨てろっていうのか。そんなのできるはずがないだろう。
できるかできないかじゃない。あんたをやらなくちゃいけない。
ダメだ。お前は俺たちの大切な仲間だ。俺はお前も見捨てない。
This is the first thing that's different.
Okabe!
Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. I gasp for breath while she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always that same glare.
他に解決策があるの？ないんでしょ。私はマユリを犠牲にしてまで生きていたくない。もしマユリを助けなかったらあんたを一生恨むから。
This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words when she's the one with the most to lose. Actually, I think this did happen last time. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar and tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being.
お前はここにいるのにこんなのあんまりだ。
Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to my embrace.
ありがとう。私のためにそこまで苦しんでくれて。でももう十分。私は大丈夫だから。あとはマユリのことだけ考えて。
Despite her fear, Kurisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now, the future of the world. Which friend to let die. Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper into her ear.
俺は諦めない。絶対にだ。
Now I know that's different. Because in the last, when Mayuri's root, he said, I'm sorry, I think. Kurisu suddenly pushes me away. She steps back, her face hidden behind her hair. But her fists are trembling. Her body exudes raw fury. She cursed in English at me.
私は大丈夫だって言ってんのに何が諦めないだバカなの死ぬの英雄気取りかこの中二病患者ができもしないくせにカッコつけてんじゃないあんたの頭の悪さにはイライラするなんで私の言うこと素直に聞き入れてくれないのよ
俺は
あんたがマユリを助けることが相対的に判断してベストなのよ一体何が気に入らないの
相対的判断などクソくらいだ
Kurisu stares at me in shock.
俺は神じゃない気がついたらそれに等しい立場にいたけど誰を助けて誰を見殺しにするかなんて俺はもう決められない
Suzuha, Ferris, Lukako. I sacrificed their happiness to save Mayuri, and the whole time, a voice in the back of my head was asking, is this really okay? What gives me the right?
だから俺は
This time, I want to save both of them, without sacrificing anyone. Kurisu turns away with a frown, then starts tapping her foot in a clear gesture of displeasure.
どうせ無理よいつもあんた言ってるでしょシュタインズゲートの選択ってやつ回避不能回は出てる岡部一人がどれだけ頑張ったって世界の意志には勝てない
それでも俺はもがいてやる
I won't lose Mayuri or Kurisu. I hear Kurisu grinding her teeth. Then she turns her back to me.
勝手にしろ私は手伝わないからなアメリカに帰るつもりだしさよならもう二度と会うこともないわね法王院京馬さん
Huh.
本当にバカにも程があるバカ
Kurisu disappears down the stairs, muttering insults until I can no longer hear her. Now alone, I sigh into the darkness. Kurisu is absolutely right. I can't think of a single way to save them both. I'm a fool. And yet, I have to try. But this time, I won't have Kurisu's help. I have to fight the universe alone. How do I save both Kurisu and Mayuri? I can't use the email. Too much could go wrong. I don't want to make the same mistakes again. In the end, all I can do is time leap. Time leaping can't save Mayuri, but it can at least delay her death. Give me time to find a solution. On this world line, Mayuri dies at 7:30 on the night of August 17th. That's about 26 hours from now. My battle has no end in sight. If only Suzuha were here, I could have asked for her advice. But even alone, I must find a way. So resolved, I start time leaping again to save Mayuri. I've done this before. When Mayuri died the first time in Moika's hands, I tried time leaping to prevent her death. But I only tried running away that time. This time, I try every approach I can think of. It's not gonna work. I try hiring bodyguards to protect Mayuri. I tried taking Mayuri to South America An entire world away from Japan. Good lord. I try crippling CERN with attacks on their servers, the ones that don't need the IBM 5100. I try getting Mayuri admitted to a hospital. It's hard, given Mayuri's perfect health, but I manage. My goal is to keep her from dying by heart attack. I try everything I can possibly imagine. However, every plan fails. Mayuri dies, again, and again, and again. Sometimes it's murder, sometimes an accident. But every time I leap, Mayuri dies. Maybe it really is impossible to resist fate. As long as I remain on this world line, Mayuri can't be saved. Fate will kill her every time. From Mayuri's perspective, she only dies once. But I've seen her die dozens of times, all because of me, and yet it no longer affects me as it used to. Little by little, I've grown desensitized to her death. In the beginning, I felt unbearable pain every time I saw her die, and murderous rage towards the ones responsible. Now, I feel nothing. The realization stuns me. After dozens of leaps, I finally realize what should have been obvious from the beginning. I never leap more than 26 hours. Why? I could go back as far as August 11th, one whole week in the past. Yet I never do. Why? Because I know that even if I do, nothing will change. I don't believe that anything. Every time Mayuri dies, I find myself thinking, another failure. What went wrong this time? I calmly analyze Mayuri's death, then take my data and head for the time leap machine with a sigh, like a gamer forced for the umpteenth time to restart a particularly difficult stage. I'm just going through the motions. I didn't even realize until this moment how routine it had all become. Now that I have, my actions suddenly seem meaningless. I can't take another step. And that's how I find myself here, sitting motionless in front of the time leap machine. I'd been staring at it for hours. When we got caught in that evening shower at on the Radio Kaiken rooftop, my clothes got soaked, but now they're completely dry. My body temperature has dropped, but I don't have the energy to warm myself up with a shower. I sluggishly get to my feet and pick up the headset. The sight of it fills me with resignation. Resignation. That's all. There is no desperate drive to save Mayuri, no hope that this time I might succeed. Those emotions are long gone. In truth, they've been gone since my argument with Kurisu. Deep down, I always knew that she was right. I pretended not to see it. I told myself that the time leap machine could solve everything. But that was just an excuse, a last attempt to satisfy my ego. In the end, all I'm doing is... I turn around in surprise, and there I see Kurisu standing in the doorway. I thought she never wanted to see me again. Why is she here? Kurisu ignores my question and fixes me with her usual glare. You don't have to tell me. I already know. I know all too well. In the end, all I'm doing is running away. Running from responsibility. Running from the decision. If I had known I would have to make this choice, then I would have refused Suzuha when she entrusted me with her mission.
これまでもマユリを助けるためっていう大義名分でたくさんの人を俺は傷つけてきたんだ。しかもそのことで感じる罪の意識も人としてのまともな感覚が失われていくんだ。
だったらなんで今あんたは迷ってる？
タイムリープマシンっていう保険が効かないから、俺はこのマシンを使いこなしてなんていなくて、振り回されているだけなのかも。
逃げたって苦しくなるだけ。
She suddenly looks away. Then she leans against the wall and smiles bitterly.
私がそうだから。
Is Kurisu running too? From what?
今の岡部見てられない。自分の顔鏡で見た。心がボロボロになってるんじゃない？そこまで思い悩まずに私の言うことを素直に受け入れればいい。さっき言った通り、あんたはここにとどまっちゃいけない。ベータ世界線に行きなさい。真由里が死なない世界へ。それがあんたのためでもあるし、私のためでもある。
She's right. I have no other options left. No more D-mails. No more time leaps. There's no perfect world where both Kurisu and Mayuri live. Maybe there are things I have yet to try, but I'm certain that all of them will end in vain. As long as I stay on this world line, Mayuri will die. And if I go to the Beta world line, Kurisu will die. We'll never be able to talk like this again. It's only been 20 days since we met, and yet memories of Kurisu flash before my eyes.
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。例えば実際に皆さんが体ごと過去や未来へ行くことができるようなタイムマシンを作るには、まず何が必要か考えてみましょう。誰がクリスティーナだ？一言も言っとらんわ。これまでの自分を否定したくないの。たとえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。私たちひょっとするととんでもないものを作っちゃったかもしれない。前にあんた言ってくれたでしょ。私のこと大切な仲間だって。あれ結構嬉しかったっていうか。じゃあ電話レンジの改良が終わったら一緒についてきて。あんたの力になりたい。ありがとう。私のためにそこまで苦しんでくれて。
So much has happened these past 20 days. We argued, we exchanged insults. We made incredible discoveries together, and when confronted with the implications, we shared our fears. Whenever I hit a dead end in my struggle to save Mayuri, I always turned to Kurisu for help. She always listened. She always believed me. And I helped her too, when she was distraught over her father. We promised to go to Aomori together. Without this girl genius on our side, we wouldn't have the time leap machine. Proud, passionate Makise Kurisu. Always strong, or at least pretending to be. A little nosy too, and serious to a fault. Before I knew it, she'd become the center of the lab. From the very beginning, I was attracted to her radiant confidence. I found myself mesmerized by her every gesture, hanging on to her every word. I listened, enraptured, whenever she presented her latest theory. At the end of the day, the reason I never called her by name was because I was too embarrassed. I admired her. I longed for her. And I didn't want to admit it to myself. Only now do I realize the truth. I love her. And that's why I so desperately want to save her. She's not just a fellow lab member. To me, Kurisu is far more than that. And yet, I have no choice. In the end, everything she said was right.
俺はお前を助けられない。すまない。
In a desperate attempt to hold back my tears, I bite my lip tightly. The taste of blood spreads through my mouth.
なんでよりによってクリスなんだって思う。くそ。
I pound my fist on the table. Silence. Nothing moves. Outside the window is only darkness. Is this what it's like to be the only person left in the world?
ねえ岡部、あんたがベータ世界線に行ったら、こうして仲間として一緒に過ごした記憶はマユリや橋田からは消えちゃうのよね。
Kurisu's cheeks start to redden, and she turns away.
岡部は私のこと覚えてて。
Her voice is barely a whisper.
お前のことは絶対に忘れない。誰よりも大切な女のことを忘れたりしない。
それって何バカなこと言ってんのよ。
事実だ。
それは証明が必要。それがないと私は方程式を用意できない。
Proof, huh? Kurisu is getting flustered for some reason.
ACTH の分泌過剰になり、ガンマ波から確率共鳴が起きてヒルベルト曲線のハーストルフ次元は無限大と仮定されるわけだから。
Oh my god.
全近線はポジトロン断層法で計測して。
Yeah. What she said.
クリス。
I speak her name. Our eyes meet.
俺はお前が好きだ。
Kurisu looks away. Her face is bright red.
お前は
言いますと。
お前は俺のこと
知りたいのか。
Kurisu suddenly looks me straight in the eye. Her face is still red, but her expression is firm. She walks straight up to me, grabs me by the collar, and jerks me towards her.
目を閉じろ。
Did I make her mad? Perhaps Kurisu hates me for some reason. Maybe she really did mean all those insults she said to me. That would be really sad. I slowly lick my trembling lips and timidly try to ask a question.
なぜ目を。
いいから閉じなさいよ。
I do as I'm told, though I still don't know why she's so angry. My collar is still in Kurisu's grip. Abruptly, I feel a soft sensation against my lips. The faint scent of citrus tickles my nose when I open my eyes in surprise. I see Kurisu's face scanned millimeters away, and then I understand what's happened. She's kissing me. Her lips are very warm. My mind goes blank. I'm unable to think. I want to stay like this forever. But soon, our lips separate. Kurisu looks down shyly.
別にしたくてしたんじゃない。
That's right. She was completely forced into it.
たださっき約束したでしょ。より強烈な感情とともに海馬に記名されたエピソード記憶は忘却されにくいのよ。それに岡部 ベは変態童貞だから、ファーストキスのことについて聖地化リハーサルが行われるはずで、それはすぐに長期記憶になってそうそう忘れないかって思って。それでどうしても岡部にだけは私のこと忘れてほしくなかったから。
My heart fills with love for Kurisu as she makes her frantic excuses. What a relief. Kurisu wasn't mad. She was just trying to hide her embarrassment. I want to be with her even more. I want to talk with her even more. I want to learn even more about her. But I know that that wish can never come true. My chest tightens. I feel like I'm suffocating. Desperate to keep my emotions under control, I place my own hands on top of Kurisu's, which are still grabbing my collar.
残念だったな。俺はこれがファーストキスではない。
生意気な童貞のくせに。
うるさい、少女。
Oh man. I remember playfully kissing Mayuri in elementary school. And just a while ago, I forcibly kissed Moeka to silence her. Ugh, fucking Moeka. Ugh. But that was on another world line, and now it never happened, so I guess it doesn't count?
そうか。あんたは初めてじゃなかったのね。
そうだ。だから今のは印象としては弱い。長期記憶にはならないかもしれない。
I'm lying, of course. I've never felt such an intense kiss as that. The shock was like a lightning bolt to the brain. But still, I'm lying. Because if I miss this opportunity, I'll never be able to touch Kurisu again. This is my last chance.
だから。
Kurisu fidgets. She usually glares at me harshly, but now she's avoiding my eyes.
絶対に忘れたくないから。念には念を入れる。
I decide to take the initiative. I wrap my arm gently around Kurisu's waist and pull her slender body against mine.
それならしょうがないな。
Kurisu looks up at me shyly.
キスだけどうぞ。
What is she worried I'll do?
ちゃんとその優しくして。
Still talking. I run my fingers softly through her hair. Then I slowly bend down. We're both shy, so we end up pecking at each other's lips like two small birds. Then we draw back and look at each other. Karisu's eyes are wet. Tears are running down her cheeks. I kiss them away. They're salty.
忘れないで。
We press our lips together again. Stronger than the first time. Longer than the first time. I never want to let go. We embrace each other tightly, our feelings too powerful to contain. We seek each other's warmth again and again. Locked in our embrace, we feel each other's breath. We feel each other's scent. We feel each other's taste.
時間が。
Kurisu's whisper resonates through our
あ
embrace.
っという間に過ぎていく。今だけはアインシュタインに文句を言いたい気分。時間は絶対的じゃない。アインシュタインは時間が人や状況によって長くなったり短くなったりするものなんだって科学的ねえ。岡部、相対性理論ってとてもロマンチックで
I never thought of it like that.
とても切ないものだね。
How does Kurisu feel about me? In the end, She never really answered my question. How do you think? Anyway. Excuse me. Early morning, Akihabara Station. Kurisu is standing before the entrance with her huge suitcase beside her. She waves to me shyly as I approach. Then she blushes and shoots me her usual glare. After that kiss, Kurisu went back to her hotel to pack. That suitcase must hold everything that she brought to Japan. She's going back to America.
それじゃ
マユリとダルは本当に呼ばなくていいのか？
なんだかみんなに見送られると辛くなるから。岡部だけなら何のためらいもなく日本を立てる。
Of course.
ジョークよ。
Kurisu looks like she's about to cry. I'm sure I look just as sad. But I won't cry. I don't have that right.
手土産だ。持っていけ。
I hand her future gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. It's a bamboo helicopter equipped with a CCD camera, which allows it to record video in the air. A truly groundbreaking invention. But sadly, due to its constant high-speed rotation, the video it produces tends to cause motion sickness.
いらね
え。いいから。そんなにかさばるわけじゃないし。
I wanted to give her future gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball, but it was too big. Kurisu accepts bamboo helicam with a strained smile.
しょうがないから受け取っておく。
And then, silence. No words of farewell. We just look at each other.
青森。一緒に行けなかったな。
うん。でもこの2週間なんだかんだで楽しかった。マユリや橋田によろしくね。
Kurisu spreads her arms wide. Without a moment's hesitation, I step forward and embrace the girl genius one last time.
岡部、頑張って。
元気で。
Kurisu smiles faintly, then turns and walks towards the entrance with suitcase in hand. I watch her go, unable to move a muscle. I want to stop her. I want to wrap my arms around her and tell her to stay with me forever. But I can't. This is what we decided. To save Mayuri. To save the future. I'm sorry, Kurisu. I can't save you. Kurisu will disappear. She'll be left behind on this world line. There's no place for her in the coming world.
俺はマキセクリスのことを、マキセクリスのぬくもりを絶対に忘れない。
I don't know whether Kurisu hears my words. She keeps walking. Stride steady. Back straight. Long silky hair fluttering in the wind. She's quickly fading into the distance. But I can tell. I see her shoulders trembling. We will never meet again. Our world lines will never cross again. I'm glad I met you, Kurisu. I would have been lost without you. I love you. Goodbye. I stand there in the entrance as the commuters file past, until long after she's vanished from sight, afraid that any emotion, any thought, might cause the tears to fall.
それではこれよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する。
Mayuri and Daru turn to me and nod. Today is the last day of Kamima. Daru wanted to attend, of course, but a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have been madness. It's incredible to think that at one point, this lab had a whole 8 members. And now we're back to 3. The memories we made. The experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There is sorrow in me, and guilt. I engrave them deep inside my heart. I will never forget. I mustn't forget these long and short summer days. But still, I choose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything back to normal. Suzuha's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. As long as Mayuri lives, nothing else matters.
ダル始めてくれ。いいんだな。ああ。オキドキ。
Okie dokie. Daru starts typing on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get us into CERN's central database, where they keep the data they mine with the Echelon. There we will locate the first email I sent on July 28th and erase all trace of its existence. With this, I can reach the Beta World line. At last, Mayuri will be safe. I look at Mayuri. She's on the couch, sitting straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. She stays still, her eyes closed. Whenever Mayuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Earlier, I told Mayuri everything. I guess she's come to terms with it in her own way. The actual work I've left to Daru. No problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I've made irreplaceable friends because of this thing, and because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. And I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still, once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. We must never make the same mistakes again.
あったのか。俺が送った D メールが。しっかり残ってるよ。
Daru points to a string of characters. My name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Kurisu's death. 3 lines total, each 12 characters long. This data led CERN to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Moeka and the Rounders attacked. If Suzuha is right, then by erasing this data, we will escape from Attractor Field Alpha, where CERN dominates the future. That will take us to Attractor Field Beta, to the Beta World line, within its range of convergence, to a future without Mayuri's death. Mayuri is standing next to me, gazing intently at the monitor. She grasps my hand firmly.
大丈夫だ。
She looks anxious, so I pat her head to calm her down.
エンターキーを押せばデータ消せるようになってる。
Daru stands up and gestures to the open seat.
その儀式はオカリンに譲るわ。
Here we go. I sit down and face the keyboard. This time, it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. Slowly, I raise my right hand and extend my index finger.
勝利の時は来た。
Daru twitches at my cry.
この俺はあらゆる陰謀に屈せず、己の信念を貫き、ついにラグナロックを戦い抜いたのだ。この勝利のため、我が手足となって戦ってくれた仲間たちに感謝を。
One press of this key, and Kurisu will die. I firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it's been stitched together with jagged pink thread.
訪れるのは俺が望んだ世界なり。
I wished for Mayuri to live, and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it.
すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択である。
This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro.
世界は再構成される。
I swing down my index finger. And at the exact same time, I hear the lab door open. My eyes dart towards the sound. Kurisu. What the? There, in the doorway, stands Kurisu. Her face is flushed. Was she running? Why is she here? She should be on her way to the airport right now. Kurisu is looking at me. Her eyes are glistening, but her face is all smiles. Did she come back for me? In a split second of frozen time, I imagine I hear her voice. We didn't say goodbye, she says. Immediately afterwards, my finger strikes the enter key. The world starts to warp. The timeline is being rewritten. I feel my consciousness being sucked into the vortex. Reading Steiner. Divergence is changing. The warp accelerates. Kurisu. Daru. Mayuri. Everything inside the lab is shifting. Color fades as my consciousness leaves this world line. I turn to face Kurisu, desperate to burn this last sight of her into my eyes. She raises her hand.
さよなら。私も岡部のことが。
Over 1%. The world gradually stops spinning. Little by little, color returns. I look to the door. She was standing there just a moment ago. My assistant, Christina, Makise Kurisu. Now, she's gone. Vanished, like a dream. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder, where Kurisu fixed a torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. That's not the time leap machine. That's the phone wave. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world is exactly the same. Yeah, I'm not going to read up because apparently I didn't see the spoiler, Cactooth. In all respects, save one. Kurisu was never here. Every trace of her has vanished. Kurisu is nowhere now. Nowhere, except in my memories. Mayuri and Daru are looking at me.
ラボメンナンバー004は誰だっけ?
I need to ask, even though I know what the answer will be.
オカリン、ラボメンには004の人はいないよ。
それとも名前すら明かされてない隠れメンバーが。
いや。
I knew that it would be like this, but the fact that they forgot her existence is so saddening, so frightening. I'm the only person in the world who remembers Makise Kurisu as lab member number 4. So I won't forget. I alone will live with her memory engraved upon my heart. Now, time to proclaim my triumph. There are still things that must be done. And many sacrifices were made to get here. But despite all that, this is my victory. I have won. Mayuri and Daru stare in wonder at my abrupt laughter.
今ここにラグナロックの勝敗を決したこの俺、狂気のマッドサイエンティストである法王院京馬は、そのアインシュタインにも匹敵する IQ170 の霊理なる頭脳により、機関及びセルンのあらゆる攻撃に対し時空を操ることで完全に勝利したのだ。まさに俺は神に等しき存在となった。そして たどり着いたこの大いなる地平、我が野望が叶う世界。世界の支配構造はリセットされ、混沌の未来が待つであろう。これこそがシュタインズ。
オカリ。
Mayuri suddenly throws her arms around me. I freeze, utterly taken aback. Daru looks as confused as I am. Mayuri looks up at me and smiles. It's the gentlest smile I've ever seen.
もういいんだよ。
何を言ってるんだ。俺は今華麗なる勝利宣言を。
だって今のオカリ泣き出しそうな顔してるんだもん。ねえ、無理しないで。前にも言ったよね。マユシーはオカリンの重荷にはなりたくないって。もうその口調続けなくてもいいんだよ。辛いなら普通に戻ってオカリンの心をね、
She saw right through it.
いいんだよ。
俺は
もうマユシーのことは気にしなくていいから。マユシーは大丈夫だから。オカリンはね、オカリンのために泣いてもいいんだからね。何があったのかはわからないけど、泣いてもいいんだよ。
And just like that, the mask shatters. All it took was one word from Mayuri. Mayuri, the sister I never had, the girl who always needed my protection. I had to save her. That was my purpose. I even sacrificed the girl I loved. But now, I finally realize that it's over. Mayuri is safe. I'm free. Once more, I see Kurisu's face in my mind's eye. I recall the warmth of her body, the softness of her lips, the weight of her last words. One by one, they pound against my heart. I can't bear it anymore.
オカリン、マジで泣いてんの？
My vision blurs. Tears run down my cheeks.
俺は
Such good voice acting, man. A tidal wave of emotion crashes over me. Nothing remains to hold it back. I'll never see Kurisu again. That knowledge shreds my heart. I can't hold back my sobs. I can't stop my tears. This is the world I've been searching for. A world where Mayuri does not die. And yet, it's missing the person most precious to me. It's too much. It's too cruel. Why did it have to be Kurisu? Why was I forced to choose? Why did she send me off with a smile? I cling to Mayuri. She strokes my hair gently. I surrender to my grief. 3 days have passed since then, and Mayuri is still alive. Moeka and the Rounders have not attacked, and Tanoji has shown no sign of moving against us. Daru has been visiting May Queen as usual, while Mayuri has been working on costume designs for the next Kamima. Everything is back to normal. Everything, save for the hole in my heart.
これで最後だな。
I'm standing by the dumpster out back of the lab. We just finished dumping the last of the trash. This morning, I called Daru, and together we dismantled the phone wave and the IBN 5100.
はあ、もったいねえな。IBN5100 は売ればプレミアつくのに。
それよりね、ラボから電子レンジがなくなっちゃったよ。マユシーはもうジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンを食べられないのです。
電子レンジぐらい拾ってくればいいだろう。
We no longer need the phone wave, that miraculous time machine built by coincidence. It brought Kurisu into my life, but at the same time, it made many people suffer. It must never be used again. Not by me. Not by anyone. It's time for the phone wave to die, and with it, the insane mad scientist Hoin Kyoma, Lord of Space and Time. I recall what Kurisu once said.
これまでの自分を否定したくないの。たとえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。
I gazed once more upon the scrap heap that was future gadget number 8. We stripped it down to the last bolt and circuit board. Surely no one can rebuild it now. Time travel is too much power for any human to wield. We don't need D-mails or time leaps. Even if nothing in the future is guaranteed, even though I may die tomorrow, life was never meant to be redone, and that's fine by me. Wouldn't you say too, Kurisu? I look up at the sky, and even though it's the middle of the day, I can see a single star shining. Maybe it's Venus, which suddenly reminds me.
過去にだって今すぐ行けますよ。夜になったら望遠鏡で空を覗いてみてください。何万年も前の光を見ることができるでしょう。
Every night, we casually travel through time. That's what Kurisu said. And each and every word she spoke, I carve into my heart, so that I'll never let them slip from my memory. For as long as my life endures,